The FAA recently released a report highly critical of Boeing's safety culture. Boeing's response further illustrates that they don't understand or are in denial that a cultural change is required. The FAA report cites cases where Boeing employees fear retaliation for raising safety issues. That's a cultural problem. Employees everywhere and in every kind of company understand what it takes to get along in their work environment. It is evident that at Boeing, not rocking the boat is an important survival skill. This is so unsurprising, it pains me to have to recite these facts. I can't tell if Boeing's response is incompetently formulated or if it is deliberately talking past the content of the FAA report. In news reports, Boeing's CEO Dave Calhoun is quoted as urging all teammates to use their voices to speak up. In light of the fact that the FAA report specifically says there is, quote, a disconnect between Boeing's senior management and other members of the organization on safety culture, Calhoun's statements come off as thuddingly tone-deaf. It blames problems on the employees who aren't speaking up. The response should be something along the lines of how Boeing is going to change labor relations so that all employees feel completely safe when reporting problems. In other words, Boeing's management is in denial about the depth and gravity of the cultural problem within Boeing. They just don't see it. Boeing's management sees the company through the viewing screen of spreadsheets and reports. It is said, you can't fix what you can't measure. But culture hasn't got a reliable yardstick. It works or it doesn't. I previously thought my suggestions for fixing Boeing were far-reaching and audacious, but the more I read about what's happening inside Boeing, the more it seems like they are just a down payment on the solution. Boeing's CEO needs to be within a stone's throw of the assembly plants in Washington state. Boeing needs to reconsider the message it has sent by creating a non-union plant in South Carolina and spinning off Spirit Aerosystems. Boeing needs to make it clear that its future lies with the engineers and assembly technicians that can create a culture of safety. An irony of Boeing's predicament is that the 787, the plane being built in South Carolina, because it was such a troubled project, is not and cannot be Boeing's future. The 787 product line will no doubt have a long product lifespan, but it isn't going to be what Boeing's future is made of. That future, that next project, that next airplane needs to be built in such a way, designed and built rather, in such a way that it heals Boeing's problems with the safety culture.